The following program is used as a guideline for the correct procedure. For more specific information, consult the proper maintenance manual. CDU removal. The fan reverser incorporates two center drive units, one for each reverser half. The drive units are mounted at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock positions of each reverser. First, release the CDU brake by pulling the handle out away from the CDU until the flat is felt, approximately 60 degrees. Then, after removing the bolts, remove the lockout plate to the CDU. Remove the actuator access plate so as to be able to view the pin. Install a 1/4-inch square drive handle into the lockout spline. Crank the reverser about 6 inches towards deploy, enough to expose the ball screw actuator clevis pin. Then, after removing the safety wire and disconnecting the pneumatic supply flex hose, open the quick-release clamps on the flex shafts. Remove the safety wire and the bolts that attach the flex shafts to the center drive unit. Make sure that the upper flex shaft core doesn't slide out of the sheath. Remove the flex shafts from the CDU and stow so as to prevent the cores from sliding out. Then, disconnect the electrical connector. Disconnect the signal air line located on the lower side of the right CDU and the upper side of the left CDU. After removing the cotter pin, washer, and nut, disconnect the throttle feedback cable. Remove the screws and the clevis pin cover, if not already done. Loosen the bolt that secures the retaining clip and turn the clip 90 degrees. Do not remove this bolt, as it will damage the nut plate. Next, remove the internally threaded clevis pin by inserting the appropriate tool and tapping the pin out.
After recording the number of shims above and below the CDU flange, remove the flange bolts and washers and record the location of the shim.
After recording the number of shims above and below the CDU flange, remove the flange bolts and washers and record the location of the shims for reinstallation. Carefully remove the center drive unit. Measure the length of the ball screw actuator from the CDU mounting surface to a simple reference point. Use this same point for making the ball screw actuator the same length when installing. CDU installation. After releasing the CDU brake, hand crank the CDU towards the deploy position. Make sure the ball screw actuator is the same length as previously recorded. Now, install the CDU in the support structure and into the clevis.
Then, install the trans-dowel clevis pin. Position the retaining clip over the clevis pin. Tighten and torque to the recommended depth.
Then, install the trans-scowl clevis pin. Position the retaining clip over the clevis pin. Tighten and torque to the recommended limit. Next, install and secure the cover plate. Then, reinstall the shims, making sure they are in the same location. Insert the flange mounting bolts and washers. Tighten and torque. Next, connect the signal air line to the CDU. Tighten, torque, and safety wire. Then, Connect the wire harness plug to the electrical connector on the CDU and hand tighten. Insert and secure the aircraft throttle feedback cable. After rigging the system, to be explained in another program, connect the quick-release clamps to the flex shaft. Finally, connect the pneumatic supply flex hose. Tighten and torque the B-nut and safety wire. This completes the removal and installation of the center drive unit. For a more detailed explanation of this procedure, consult the proper maintenance manual. Ball screw actuator removal. The ball screw actuator angle gearbox is removed as an assembly with the ball screw actuator. First, remove the trans-scow clevis pin cover screws and cover plate. Then, release the CDU brake until a flat is felt, approximately 60 degrees. By removing the two bolts, remove the lockout plate on the CDU. After installing a 1/4-inch square drive handle into the external drive pad, deploy the reverser far enough to expose the actuator clevis pin. Then, after opening the quick-release clamps that secure the flex shafts, remove the bolts that attach the flex shaft to the angle gearbox. Pull the flex shaft from the gearbox and stow to prevent the upper flex shaft core from sliding out of the sheath. Loosen the bolt that secures the retaining clip and turn the clip 90 degrees. Make sure the bolt is not removed, as damage to the nut plate will occur. Using the approved slide hammer tool, remove the clevis pin by tapping it out. Then, remove the bolts from the actuator pin retaining clips. Remove the clips and the mounting pins. Then, carefully remove the gearbox ball screw assembly. Measure and record the distance from the center line of the gearbox gimbal mounting hole to the center line of the ball screw rod end bearing. This will allow for ease of installation, which will be described next. Ball screw actuator installation. First, adjust the ball screw actuator to the same length by adjusting the rod end bearing. Note that a 55/1000 diameter pin must not be able to pass through the witness hole. Then, tighten and torque. With the data plate facing inward, position the rod end through the protective pan and towards the trans-scow clevis. Then, insert the trans-scow clevis pin. Position the retaining clip over the clevis pin. Tighten and torque to the recommended limit. Install and secure the trans-scow cover plate. Then, install the mounting pins through the bracket into the gearbox. Install the retaining clips with a washer under the clip with securing bolts. Tighten and torque. Next, insert the flex shaft into the gearbox and install the attaching bolts. Tighten, torque, and safety wire. Secure the flex shaft with the quick-release clamps. After rigging the system, this will complete the removal and installation procedure. Consult the proper maintenance manual for a more detailed description.